Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love, to Astro Fenixx. Flying into the moment yet again and radiating love as always, and welcome to your daily Oracle card message for August 28th of 2019. Let's see what we have going on for the energies for today. Let's see what card we have. Wow, that card just wanted to plop right on out. Interesting enough, it actually happens to be the card of Dynamic. I'm going to keep it here just because that card popped out. So there's probably going to be some sort of callback to Sunday evening. But let's see what else we have going on here to just kind of complement this. Let's see. It's interesting that card will just fly out pretty much as soon as it does. Sometimes when cards fly out, I feel the need to shuffle them back into the deck. Sometimes I feel the need to just keep them. And this is one of those times where I feel like I just need to keep it. So let's see what other card we actually have. We'll go right here. So we have Dynamic and we have Prosperity. Okay. This message is actually very clear to me. I'm going to go ahead and read Prosperity since I read Dynamic the other day. The numbers are 23 and 36. So the frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. We also have a card of Dynamic. Today is really going to be a day, the moon's going to be in Leo too, by the way. Today is really going to be a day where if you really want to have more prosperity in your life, you need to kind of switch things up. You need to remember that dynamism. I don't even know if that's a word, but I just made it up. If it isn't a word. In order to have true prosperity, you can't really do the same thing every day. Like, you can't. Like, maybe you do the same thing every day, but in a different way. Say, like, okay, let's just take, for example, something that I should do. Say if I'm wanting to write a novel, yeah, I may write every day, but I'm going to work on different parts of the novel every day. I'm going to work on creating, new characters or developing the characters in that story, developing the story as it goes along, the scene, the setting, the dialogue, the messages, the themes. But if I wrote the same chapter every single day, you're not really going to have prosperity. This is about diversifying our portfolio when it comes to, what we're doing, maybe when it comes to financial matters or business and stuff like that. But just in general, diversifying our soul, diversifying our spirit, and realizing that we are not just some sort of static being. There's so much more to us than meets the eye. And what I love about this is that it's talking about the inclusion of all of these facets: our body, our mind, our soul, our spirits, how this universe is prosperous and how it is truly abundant because there is so much. There's such a dynamic quality to this universe. There's so much here. You can look out into the world, and yes, there is 7 billion, 8 billion plus people here, and we are all unique, different, and beautiful. And that's what makes us as a human populace truly prosperous. If you look at the animals, there's so many kinds of animals. There are even different, even if you take one species, like say like a shark or a dolphin, there are different kinds of sharks and dolphins. So this is talking about today is going to be a day where if you really want to truly feel prosperous, to fill your day with things that really do bring you that joy and happiness, but are varied in some way. So, take time, take some time to meditate if you like to meditate. Take some time to write, draw, dance, exercise, call your parents, call a good friend, have a good conversation with someone. Have a good conversation with someone on the internet, someone new. Do different things, because that's really what's going to give you that prosperous feeling. And you're not going to really get stuck in any kind of mundane situations and mundane routines. Let's see what else we have here. And like I said, remember, the moon's going to be in Leo, so the moon's actually going into this dark moon phase. So let's see what we have right here. So we have the 10th house. This is actually the south node. We have 10th house, south node, Taurus. 10th house, south node, Taurus. this actually really fits in well. Whenever you're talking about the South Node in astrology, you're thinking a lot, in many ways, you're thinking about karma and past life stuff. But these are the aspects that we have mastered. And now we're looking towards the other side, the North Node. So in this case, the North Node would be Scorpio and the fourth house. So really what this is saying is that we have sort of mastered 10th house is about, establishment, building things, and Taurus, of course, the foundation. We have in many ways sort of established this sort of foundation of value and worth. And as far as taking that value and worth and expanding upon it and building upon it, what we really are wanting to focus on is that North Node in Scorpio. As far as this dice roll, say the North Node is in Scorpio in the fourth house, what we're really wanting to focus on is not only the purity of our emotional bodies, because the fourth house is the moon, it's ruled by Cancer, but it's also reminding us of, first of all, how psychic we all are, how intuitive we all are. But if you think about a Scorpio fourth house, this is really also kind of just, in many ways, kind of getting to the root of any type of emotional insecurities that we may have. This is going to allow us to kind of get out of any kind of stuck routine. You got to think, this literally is giving me the vibe of like sort of a job that makes you money, but you're not really happy in. It's like, it may not even necessarily be a dead end job. It may, like, as far as like, money wise, you may actually be making good money, but just saying for the purpose of this example, 10th house Taurus South Node is really giving me the idea of like this sort of establishment or this established, thing that you're doing that may make you money, stuff like that, or a career, but you're not really feeling your worth. You're feeling like there's something there's something missing. You're wanting more for yourself today. So what you really want to do is that you want to pay attention to how you feel about things, but also you want to pay attention to that which really sets your soul on fire. Because when I think of the soul, a lot of times I do think of the moon. The moon's going to be in Leo. So literally our souls are going to be on fire. And we got to remember that the moon is going to conjunct Mercury during this transit over the next couple of days. The moon will come in contact with Mercury before going into Virgo, and we get that new moon in Virgo on Friday morning. So this is going to be a day, like I said, where you're going to kind of want to switch it up, but it's also this acknowledgement that true prosperity comes from a diversified life. There's nothing necessarily wrong with having an ordinary life if that's really what you want. But I think this is really about taking the ordinary and making it extraordinary. That's really what I'm feeling. And, there is beauty in the simple. There's beauty in the simplicity. I think what happens a lot of times is that we may create a life that does give us some type of structure and that does give us some type of maybe even vision for our future. Because a lot of times people associate vision with Sagittarius, but Capricorn definitely has vision too. Capricorn just kind of goes about it in a different way. This is about acknowledging that, the vision that you have for your life on this day is not necessarily meant to be rooted in that which is going to give you some sort of automatic stability. Something that's like you're doing it just because it's stable. You're doing it just because it pays the bills. You're doing it just because it's almost like that's what society wants you to do, or that's what society says. This is going to be a day about really trusting your heart, trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, and going for it. And, realizing that, whatever situation that you may be in where you're not really feeling prosperous, if you're not really feeling prosperous on this day, do something different. Switch it up. Don't just stay stuck. Do something dynamic. You see how we have a trinity here with the spiral? Do something different. The trinity, I'm almost thinking of it as a prism. And when you have a prism, you shine light through it, it refracts into many different colors and hues. There's a dynamism there. But if you shine the same gray light into the prism, all you're going to get is gray. You're not going to get that colorful vibrance that you're really looking for. It's your spirit really is calling you to embrace. So that is it for your reading today. It's a little bit longer, but that's okay. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to astrofenixx.com. And as always, my beautiful brothers and sisters, always remember to keep moving forward, to stay focused, stand. Yahoo! Smile often.